of a nationally recognized sport. First, Odessa Jenkins is the most female owner of a nationally recognized sports world to become one of the most influential women in the business. Odessa Jenkins is the first Black female owner of a nationally recognized sports league, the Women's National Football Conference, the WNFC. She's also an athlete who became a coach and an entrepreneur that launched a league of 20 teams all around the nation. And she has been named recently one of the most influential women in sports. And by the way, she's here with us today. Welcome, Odessa Jenkins. What a delight to meet you.
Yes, let's go. Good morning.
It's too bad she doesn't have any energy, right? It's really a drag. Odessa, girl, I have been so excited when we first found out about you. I was like, wait, why are we not having her on the show? We have to talk to this woman immediately about this. I love talking to people who are stepping into places that they haven't been welcomed, right? You paved a way for yourself in the world of football. You were not one of those people that I take it took the word no very often. You can't play, girl. You can't play.
No, ma'am. I don't believe in the word no as a negative. I believe that it's a sign of something to come. You know, I'm born and raised in South Central LA, right there in Watts. So I grew up with the idea and the mindset that you can go be whatever you want to be. And that's with the WNFC, that's what we're trying to show women and girls, that there's no such thing as you don't belong. Oh. You belong wherever you want to work to be.
Odessa, where did that come from? Were you that child? Did someone plant that seed in you?
Yeah, you know, the people in my neighborhood, my church, Morning Star Missionary Baptist Church right down there in South Central LA, but most of all my parents, my mom and my dad. I was known as a little girl dribbling the basketball down there in South Central, everywhere. I went everywhere with my basketball, with my football, and nobody told me no. Nobody told me that I wasn't supposed to be the girl out playing with the boys. Nobody told me that I wasn't supposed to be playing blacktop football. And that developed this mindset in me that I could be anything. And that's what I'm developing in women and girls and to the world as I help them reimagine what football is.
Okay, but you know that there was a time in my life that I lived with my basketball under my arm. I for a whole month, my parents will tell you, I walked with it, I slept with it, I took it on the bus, I had it beside me at dinner. It was a commitment because I wanted to eat, breathe, and live basketball. That passed in me, and I moved on to become a news anchor. The knees gave out, but there's a lot of people that have that thing, but it doesn't lead them to where you sit now. You're an owner. You are a sports figure. You're a world-class athlete. We're missing a step here, hon.
Yeah, thing. Really, the truth of the matter is that I think that these barriers that we put on each other are all figments of our imagination, especially as women. Now, you have to have a plan. You have to go get an investment. But most importantly, you can't take no for an answer. And I think that football is for everybody. And the idea that women shouldn't be playing football is not only a business opportunity, but it's a moral opportunity for us. Like, women belong on the field, have been on there, and it's finally time that someone make a true business of it. And what you're talking about is just perseverance. I don't believe in no. I believe that we can all do whatever we put our mind to, especially as women in America.
So women playing football has been around for a lot longer than many people would think.
Yep. Yeah, you know, we're on a year 100 just like the men are.
Yeah.
Women have been playing, you know, there were articles in the LA Times in the 1920s for women formulating organized football teams. But what has never happened until now with the WNFC are major sponsorships, investments, entrepreneurs jumping in and really turning this thing into a real business.
I want you to brag on the women that are playing with you. They are women of all walks of life. They are diverse in age, in careers, in size, in not motivations. I think their motivations are the same. Brag on this because I know you formed a sisterhood with these women.
Absolutely, right? It's just like when you believe that what you're doing is changing the world, it takes all kinds of people. It takes women that have doctorates from MIT in engineering. It takes full-time moms. It takes bus drivers. It takes chemical engineers. It takes teachers, doctors, police officers. We have all of that. We have quarterbacks in our league who work all day as chemical engineers, get in their car, put on a helmet, and become top athletes in the world.
Yeah.
That's what this league is made up of. It's made up of a bunch of women who literally won't take no for an answer and who will put our sport on the world stage no matter what.
And what you also, I know, in back of mind, maybe it's even front of mind, is you want little girls to be watching. You know they are. You want them to see. And it isn't necessarily just about the game of football, but about the idea of challenging stereotypes, challenging those spaces that you're not necessarily invited into.
I mean, that's what sports does. It creates possibilities in our brain that I can be something that maybe I couldn't see before.
Sure.
So for your little girl, your daughter, your niece, your whoever it is, even for women, the idea that she can be a quarterback when she grows up changes her mindset. Maybe if I can be a linebacker, then I can be president. Maybe if I can be a wide receiver, then I can be an engineer in the Marine Corps. Like all of these things that happen in sports. Sports is a microcosm of life.
Yeah, sure is.
It opens up possibilities. And for little girls, I want to raise a generation of little girls who can be anything. And when we say anything, that means football is not excluded.
What are your hopes for your league?
You know, my hopes for my league is that we continue to grow financially, that we continue to have sponsors that see this and go, you know what, I want to do business with that woman. That we continue to have girls that grow up and want to play in high school and develop pipelines and play in college. But ultimately, my goal is to see this sport all over the place and to never have a woman have to choose between being a football player or, like you said, working in the news.
Exactly. I want to point you to the fact that WNFC are going to feature 20 games playing a 10-week season in the spring, culminating with the championship game in Dallas, Texas in August. Pandemic aside, that's still going forward.
Oh, it's going down. And y'all have a team right there in L.A.
Shout them out. What's the name of our team here?
Shout out to the LA Bobcats playing at San Bernardino Valley College. May 1st is when the season starts. We are going. Pandemic won't keep us off the field again.
Okay, so here we're making a promise here, Miss Odessa. When we are safe to travel and fully vaccinated and you're coming back to LA, you come visit us right here in studio, okay?
I'm about it. Listen, good day, LA, and LA girl, I'm about it. I will be in studio. Let's do it.
And we're about Odessa. Let me brag on her. Hall of Fame induction, two-time national champion, a USA football team captain, and a two-time USA football gold medalist. Remember this name. She's doing things. Odessa, thank you for shifting minds, opening minds, and stepping into places that we have not been welcome. I'm so proud of you and so proud to know you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you for the time. Go WNFC. Go women and girls. Remember, you can be anything. Let's do this.
Anything.